What's the most savage way you've seen a kid destroy their parents in court? I work as a court clerk, and I've documented some wild cases, but nothing prepared me for the day the Morrison family showed up fighting over custody of their golden retriever in what became the most expensive pet battle in our court's history. Mr. Morrison hired this hotshot lawyer charging $500 an hour, who presented a literal PowerPoint presentation about his superior pet care qualifications, complete with pie charts about optimal dog walking schedules, like he was pitching to investors. Mrs. Morrison's attorney wasn't any better. She brought a photo album documenting every single time their dog Ebony had chosen to sit near the mother and kept using phrases like deep emotional bond and canine-human connection, like she was describing a marriage. Both legal teams were treating this golden retriever like he was worth millions, presenting evidence and witness statements while Judge Gabe kept shooting me looks like, is this really my life right now, as I typed up their ridiculous arguments. Mr. Morrison stood up and delivered this speech about working from home, providing constant companionship, and having researched veterinary care like he was running for Dog Parent of the Year, while his lawyer nodded seriously. Mrs. Morrison countered with testimony about Ebony sleeping in her bed and being his primary emotional support provider. Then both sides started presenting receipts for dog food purchases like they were evidence in a murder trial. Judge Gabe looked exhausted watching these adults argue over a dog while their 13-year-old son sat quietly in the corner, looking embarrassed by this entire circus his parents had created. Finally, Judge Gay said, "I think we need testimony from someone with common sense," and turned to the kid. "Son, you live with both your parents. What do you think Ebony actually wants?" This kid stands up, clears his throat, and absolutely destroys both his parents with the most brutal honesty I've ever heard in court. "Your Honor, my parents are fighting over a dog who doesn't want either of them." The courtroom went silent, and the kid continued. "Ebony's favorite person is our neighbor, Mr. Depp, who gives him bacon every morning. Ebony drags my parents to Mr. Depp's fence every day and cries until he gets treats." Judge Gabe started smiling and gestured for him to continue, so this kid just kept demolishing his parents' case. "They've been fighting for 6 months, but Ebony's been trying to escape to Mr. Depp's house the whole time. Yesterday, he followed Mr. Depp inside and refused to leave." The lawyers looked panicked, but the kid wasn't finished. Mr. Depp already bought Ebony a dog bed and researched dog food brands because Ebony sits by his fence every day staring at his house like he's planning his great escape. I watched both parents' faces turn red as their son continued. "Your Honor, Ebony has been voting with his paws for months, while my parents spent thousands on lawyers to fight over a dog who's already chosen someone else." That's when Mrs. Morrison's lawyer made the worst mistake possible. She said, "Your Honor, this is absurd. We can't award custody to some stranger." And Judge Gabe raised an eyebrow. "Why not if that's where the dog wants to be?" Mr. Morrison's lawyer tried to save face. "Your Honor, my client has made significant financial investments in this pet." And Judge Gabe said, "Sir, did you just call a beloved family dog a financial investment while arguing your client loves him?" Judge Gabe called Mr. Depp as a witness, and when this sweet elderly man walked into the courtroom, Ebony, who'd been lying quietly under the table, suddenly jumped up and sprinted to him, wagging his entire body. Mr. Depp knelt down, and Ebony went absolutely crazy, licking his face, spinning in circles, and making these happy whining sounds, while both parents watched their expensive legal teams realize they just lost to a neighbor with bacon. Judge Gabe observed this reunion for 30 seconds, then banged his gavel. "Custody of Ebony is awarded to Mr. Depp effective immediately." Then looked at both parents. "Perhaps next time ask the dog before hiring attorneys." I had to document that both parents were ordered to pay Mr. Depp's court costs, and as they left, I heard the kid whisper to his friend, "My parents just got legally destroyed by their own dog's breakfast preferences."